Sometimes a game is intentionally scary. Sometimes it's unintentional. One way or the other, sometimes you're just irrationally scared with things that maybe you've seen before or continue to experience or maybe cropped up just now. I'm Falcon, and today on gameranx, here's 7 irrationally scary things in a video game. Number 7 is getting lost. Of course, with the advent of open worlds and the development and expansion of the size that these worlds can be, it's easier to get lost than ever in a video game. That's not to say there isn't a heritage of areas that you can get lost in video games. We've talked about the Lost Woods here on gameranx and Ocarina of Time. You can talk about Metroid, etc., etc. But nowadays, it's probably easier than it's ever been. And getting lost can sometimes make you feel a little bit anxious because there's an element of unpredictability that comes along with being lost. Getting lost in real life where there aren't zombies waiting to eat you somewhere nearby can actually be pretty nerve-wracking. But when you know around the next corner you could end up being attacked by a flesh-eating undead creature, it tends to be just a little bit worse. And although yes, true, it's in a game, it's not real, so on and so forth, if a game is doing its job and immersing you, well, here comes the anxiety. Number 6 is a zombie or creature getting too close to your face. The player character wanders around and, well, in certain games, there's even enemies that directly jump at your face. Certainly the new Resident Evil sort of perfected this, and kind of the forerunner to what kind of game that is, PT, also did a damn good job of just destroying us. Hey look, there's a mutated face of somebody who looks very hostile and it's directly in my face. Oh, and I'm dead. That little gap of a second where that face is in your face is when all the chemicals in your body just get thrown out of balance for a moment. And you're like, what? Oh no. Number 5 is falling through a map in any game and getting stuck in a void. Now, a lot of people would go, it's just a funny glitch, but there is actually some precedence to this actually really bothering people on some level. It's actually the stuff of nightmares that you might fall through the ground. People have nightmares about quicksand, they have nightmares about varying degrees of existential dread they have, and oddly enough they can be aggravated by things that defy laws of physics that they have been witness to. And what you witness when you fall through the map in any game is a physical impossibility. It defies the logic that your brain is used to, and although consciously you know, it's just a bug. Sometimes these things manifest themselves later. We did a video on our sister channel about nightmares. You might be interested in that. We didn't cover this specifically, but it's certainly something that can get you going in that direction. Number 4 is being chased. Now, being chased should be a pretty obvious one. You think to yourself, wow, what is that person running at me for? I don't run at people. I basically don't have any reason to ever do anything like that. So why are they doing that? I'm going to run. I am going to run in the opposite direction of this person and hope that I can put some degree of distance between us, because this is not normal. Charging you seems to be a lot like it would be for the purposes of attack. The contexts where we know charging from are like football and gladiator movies and what we know about medieval times. And when we used to hunt and gather, charging something meant we were trying to kill it usually. And because of this, there's not really a lot of rational reasons to be charging somebody. Because it's difficult to understand, it triggers a fight or flight reflex, and most people are usually like, you know what, no. And although fight or flight isn't necessarily rational, it's probably the right thing to do. Number 3, simply quiet loneliness in games like Minecraft or a game from Team Ico. There's something unsettling about how quiet it can be, even though sometimes the music might sound somewhat soothing. These kind of games often remind us how alone we are in the world, both in the virtual world and within the universe itself. Yes, we have our little circles of friends and family, but what would it be like if we were truly displaced from that? What would happen if a huge catastrophe ended society as we know it and we were left to live on the leftovers? Who would still be there? Are you the sole survivor? Are you one of the few? The games I mentioned, plus other games like Journey and stuff of that mold, sort of make you confront the idea that there's nothing out there. It's just you interacting with the world. A world that doesn't really have any concern whether you're there or not, and therefore whatever happens, happens. It's unsettling. Number 2, climbing ladders when you know there's an enemy around. So when you're on a ladder, a couple of things happen. 1, most of the time you can't attack in the way you would from, well, not on the ladder. 2, the camera often shifts to focus specifically on you climbing the ladder. So any activity that you would normally be able to see in your peripheral vision is usually blocked in some way, or at least obstructed in some way. And finally, number 1, bathrooms. Just bathrooms in any game. Over the years and years we've all played video games, we've been conditioned to understand that something is going to jump out of something in the bathroom. Inspect the toilet. Oh hey, head crab, nice to see you. Bathrooms just never don't have something bad in them. When they actually don't have something bad in them, you're like, oh, that's interesting, I wasn't expecting that. Then you walk out of the bathroom and there's a ton of horrible stuff directly on the outside or that follows you from the inside that you wonder how on earth they were in there. Basically, every single bathroom is the flashpoint for some horrible event. Period. So when you finally do go into a bathroom that's just a bathroom, it's like, what's gonna happen? And then all you end up finding is Meryl and she talks to you about something stupid for a while. And then something bad happens. What's something that you irrationally fear in a video game? Go ahead and tell us in the comments section, and if you enjoyed this video, please click like. If you're not subscribed, now is a great time to do so. We upload brand new videos every single day, and the best way to see them first is of course a subscription. As always, we thank you very much for watching this video. I'm Falcon, you can follow me on Twitter @FalconTheHero, and we'll see you next time right here on gameranx.